Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial, and we're going to do another Power Season 5, Episode 2 recap. Let's dive in. So this episode is pretty much reestablishing the relationship of Ghost, Kanan, and Tommy. And the Mexican cartel gang is taking over. So a shipment that was supposed to come in, the Russian gang showed up there and the Mexican cartel pretty much killed them. And they're establishing ground. So you have the Russian gang leader. I don't know how he found Ghost, Tommy, and Kanan in the alleyway, but he did. And he approached them. And of course Tommy said he gonna make it right. And in order for him to make it right, they basically got to get rid of the Mexican cartel. So the Russian guy basically included Ghost is going to work with Tommy to get this matter resolved. Then since he's looked at Kanan and said, well, who you? And then Kanan said, he pretty much said at that point, well, old friend, you part of it too. So, that solves that issue right there. In episode 1, you seen where Tommy hired the Italian rebels to kidnap Dre, but he got loose and got his gun. So it shows the Italian kid that did survive showed him in a warehouse with a gunshot wound. And you pretty much could see from the jump, like, he was in bad shape. So I don't know why they did just get him to the hospital early or whatever. Gunshot wound's a gunshot wound, but they didn't. So they were going to get a private doctor. Of course, by the time they came back with the private doctor, he was dead. So, the Italians looked at Tommy as being his fault. And, basically, he's kind of like a cannon. So they really doing this off Teresi, the strength of Teresi. But they're looking at Tommy as a cannon, and the way he operates, not how they do business. So you can pretty much see that's brewing up to be something where that's not going to play out good. That relationship is not going to be well, because Tommy is a hothead. Tommy wants to be a boss, but he's really an Indian. He's not a chief. You know what I'm saying? He has an alpha mentality, but a beta thought process. So, if you know anything about alphas and betas, a beta could be just as strong or aggressive as an alpha. However, they don't have all the traits of an alpha, of the leadership and the thinking process that it takes to be an alpha. And that's what Tommy lacks, his character rather. So you see that falling apart. You also see where people are backdooring Angela. They don't really want her as the lead of following them. Following her, and they try to backdoor and work against her. So I don't know why she accepted the job, knowing that they was in last season they was all trying to get after, go against her. So they still doing the same, going against her. And some things came out on this one where way back when Tariq was doing like his mischievous stuff, robbing, trying to set people up to rob him and stuff. There was this one place they robbed where he robbed it with the two people, and it was a lady, and the lady was there. Instead of them just robbing the lady, the one dude wanted to rape the lady, and Tyreek was supposed to leave, but he didn't, and so then he came back up and pretty much was like, yo, and said the dude's name out loud, like, this ain't what we signed up for. So they ended up having to kill the lady, and then Tyreek ran off. And so that kind of started the whole why the cop ended up even servicing the cop that killed Raina, why he even surfaced to try to get Tyreek because he knew too much information. So the one dude, they had looked and said, well, nobody's seen him since that situation. So Angela looked in the system and found out that he was dead. So I don't recall in the other season where it showed where he died. So, that's a question mark right there. Meanwhile, politician Tate, played by Lorenz Tate, ironically, he's saying the fact that Raina's murderer been saved, that's not a good look. And people that want to invest will back off of James St. Patrick because it doesn't look like he's squeaky clean. And so he said if you do a press conference, pretty much, that kind of like people feel sorry for you. And so James St. Patrick Ghost, pretty much, he told him, hey, how about you just come here, we'll show Tasha what we're trying to do, and or whatever. So when they show up, pretty much he ambushed them, and as soon as they show up, he pretty much said, here's the parents, and he put them directly on TV, which was messed up or whatever, but they went through with it, but he kind of ambushed them to get on TV. But Tasha was able to speak her true feelings to the public, and it came off as contrite and sincere, so that she was pissed afterwards, and pissed that he set her up like that. Anybody would be. So Tasha also, she wanted to join a grievance group for parents, and she wanted to speak, but Ghost grabbed her, like pretty much telling her, like, hey man, we like them because we lost a child and we lost a loved one, so we could grieve, but we not like them. So he grabbed her up, and she wants to release because she needs to talk to somebody, but Ghost kind of like stopped her from that. But in the process of listening to the stories of the parents, one of the parents kid got hit by a drunk driver, and the parent kind of stalked the drunk driver out, and the drunk driver is still drinking and driving, and he stalked him out, and he knows where the parent goes because he speaks on it, and he basically saying, like, am I wrong for wanting to do harm to this person? Because he's just waiting to hit somebody else's kid. And so you kind of, if you're a moviegoer or into movies and stuff like that, you kind of see that's like a setup right there. I felt it when he said it, rather. So, meanwhile, you got Ghost, who's been trying to reach out to Angela. He's falling apart, and on the surface, it looks like he's in control of everything. But behind the surface, he's drinking, he's falling apart. So he's unraveling. So he's been reaching out to Angela, like asking her to hit him back. She's blowing him off because she don't want to be dealing with him. But he's asking her to hit him back. He needs her for like comfort or rather. Then you have Dre's situation. Dre is trying to move up. However, he's not. He's trying to be the leader that Ghost was, but he's not. He's not strategic. He's a little strategic, but he's like, he don't have the mannerisms, the humbleness. He belittles his people that's underneath him, where he'll make them hate him, and he'll make them want to do shade to him versus show him love and stay loyal. So you see that's going to play out against him, against his favor. Because you're going to always have knuckleheads and you can't, but you got to know how to approach him and not make him feel less than a man. So that's you see that brewing. And then the weird Mexican cartel leader dude that's in there, that, you know, Dre shows up. He's having sex with the woman, but he wants Dre to watch. Then they show up at a club, and he show up to Dre's club rather, and tells everybody he don't have to pay for no drinks or nothing like that. You know, the owner, Dre shows up, he looks at him, then he tells Dre he wants him to have sex with a girl he was having sex with. And then when Dre takes her in the bathroom, he pretty much tell her like, yo, I ain't trying to do that. And the girl like, well, he'll kill me and you, pretty much, if you don't do it or whatever. So he just say, forget it. So he go in, and the dude shows in the bathroom and say, now it's my turn to watch. So dude's on some freaky, weird stuff right there. So you see that relationship not panning out too good. Something's going to happen with that situation. That situation definitely going to unravel. So episode 2 was okay. It's like one of them episodes. It's like a filler for a bigger cause. It's part of the building up to a later down the road situation that's going to brew. You see where the little holes is going to be filled. So that's pretty much, that was the gist of the episode recap. The episode was okay. Just a filler episode. Subscribe and like. Share the video. Tune in next time.